Thank you, Amitabh ji, for your very kind words and for the words of encouragement. Indian industry is looking forward, our mapping industry is looking forward to the future with great anticipation. We have seen in other markets that whenever these kind of data is available, the adoption kind of increases dramatically. And we are hoping that this would be the case in India. What I would like to do is to elaborate as to, what does a digital twin mean and what does the impact of 3D data for our country? So what is 3D and what is a digital twin? This is the current maps that most of us use in India currently, which is 2D maps. And as you can see, so let's take an example of these two polygons which are there on this map today. And this is what happens when you have a 3D model of the specific area in question. You can see that one polygon was a garden and the other one was a commercial structure. Now, this kind of I would say, a picture speaking 1,000 words or an engineering model, taking it to the next level is what 3D really means. And a digital twin is an exact replica of the Earth as we see it with very high levels of accuracy. So why 3D? As I mentioned, accuracy. This data that we are making is at 5 centimeter level accuracy, as opposed to what most of the current maps that were used are in the region of, at best, several meters in accuracy. This means significantly in terms of most of the work which is done on the infrastructure side. Visualization, you can see the object or the structure in question or the street furniture in question in a 360-degree manner. And the applications of these are large, and I'm going to go through this subsequently. So we are really changing the manner in which maps are used by society in India in a manner where we would be bringing in an accurate reality model of all the cities of India. So a digital twin is really a virtual representation of the real world, and it has the ability to be manipulated and used in multiple ways, which helps the citizens of the city in question. We are in a position to do this in Genesys because over the last few years, we've built we have what we call our Genesys constellation, which is essentially a constellation of sensors. What you're seeing on the screen today is one of the most advanced sensors, aerial sensors that you can see, which we use aircrafts. So we have the ability to use multiple modes of, this is some of our mobile fleet, which we use to collect this imagery. This data is made by a collection of various methods, from aircrafts to drones to terrestrial mobile LiDAR systems to backpacks to any form of method that is required to create our world in 3D and in a highly accurate manner. And currently, Genesys is the only company which has got a constellation of this kind. And we are proud to say that we have a capacity of almost 50,000 linear kilometers a month, which we're expanding. And more importantly, just to put this capacity in context, the linear kilometers of Bombay city is 4,000 kilometers. So the island city of Bombay is around 4,000 kilometers. And we have collected so far over the last few years, 60 million panoramic images of India, and of which we have around 3 million kilometers of navigable data. This is by far the most significant mapping effort which has been done in India so far. And as we move ahead with the technology, which now the new policy allows us to do, we will be creating a 3D reality model of our world, which is going to contain LiDAR data as well as panoramic data. And we will have very accurate contour data, DM data, DTM, DSMs, as well as orthophotos, and a base map of very high accuracy. Data that our city planners need, data that our infrastructure companies need, data that there are several applications that are hitherto which we don't know. We will come to the fact that this data is in a platform which allows you to do multiple things with this data. We'll show you some examples of that. So for example, the building that we saw in question, we could be in a position to measure this from the desktop at a centimeter level accuracy. Amitabh ji said that when he started off in government service, how they have to make physical inspections to see or to measure what is happening. Now, at the click of a button, all our decision makers, be it in the private sector or public or in government will be in a position to get any form of data that they so feel. Line of sight, I mean, we all have problems with our phone calls. How do we do better RF planning? It's possible for us to get very accurate line of sight analysis on our platform. Imagine this also being in use for all our emergency response and disaster management people. Renewable energy is a big focus. Green energy is a big focus. Rooftop solar is a big initiative by the government and by several citizens who wish to harness green energy. On our platform, you can actually understand the shadow analysis on a city as the time goes by. So this kind of temporal data is possible and analysis done, which gives you the solar capacity of our entire city. Traffic problems, new bridges which are to be made, what is it that, how is it that these things can be done? This is possible with our 3D mapping platform. Many a times there are what if analysis that need to be done to plan infrastructure. And this can now be done on your desktop itself with our data. The environment, we have RGB sensors on our constellation, which allow us to capture unique layers of data, which is very important from a climate change standpoint. And the functionalities are immense. And as Amitabh ji said, that we would be opening up this data even for all our research and college students to innovate on this. We have seen in the recent past that India has got no dearth of bright young minds whom, when they are given access to this data, let 1,000 flowers bloom from data of this kind. We believe that hitherto, which was not possible in India, our platform would be in a position to do so in a far more effective manner. Amitabh ji mentioned about the metaverse, and I think that we've had one very prominent big tech company which has renamed itself Metaverse, and I think this is where really the future is, and that future is in fact now. I think that if we build the digital twin of India, we are in fact taking a very important step towards getting into the ability for all our people who engage with the world to do so virtually. I mean, COVID has taught us how we were, engaging with each other on our Zoom calls. But right now, we'll be in a position once this data is out there that you can engage with the entire city virtually on a platform. This is a Genesys employee. We are able to engage with most of the data that we have made sitting through our desktop. You can fly through the city if you wish to. So we have done, a lot of work. We are thankful that now, thanks to this policy, we can do work that we have done elsewhere in the world within India itself. The work we have done in India itself has been path-breaking so far. You can see that we are the first company and the only company who has already done street imaging for all the major cities of India. The picture speaks 1,000 words. The map comes alive. We are going to the next level. We are going to 3D. We are creating a digital twin of the city. The work we have done worldwide, these are some of the people who testify for us. Thank you. Appreciate the patience. Thank you.